The reclaimed substation hums, a low thrum that vibrates through the concrete floor. Anansi's custom meters pulse with a steady rhythm, reflecting the erratic pulse of the city outside. The air smells of hot vacuum tubes and the faint scent of rain on concrete, a familiar perfume.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Across St. Michael's estate, the dial sits at 83 Fahrenheit, under partly cloudy. Airflow is southeast at about 5 miles per hour. Welcome, listeners, across St. Michael's estate. Tonight, we're tracing the blueprints of our own inner architecture. How do we assert the structural self-worth that isn't dependent on external validation? We'll apply this lens to global tensions, economic fairness, and the shifting power dynamics of national leadership. Our first signal: the Middle East ignites further as US military action retaliates for fallen soldiers.
Following the deaths of 3 U.S. service members in Jordan, the U.S. Central Command confirmed 85 targets hit across Iraq and Syria, involving B-1B bombers. This exposes regional stability, with Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps and affiliated militias facing direct military pressure. An alternative path could have been escalating diplomatic pressure and targeted economic sanctions via UN Security Council Resolution 2231, rather than immediate kinetic strikes to allow for de-escalation talks. The chosen next move is a clear demonstration of military resolve.
From that dossier to this one, Healey made Chancellor, Miliband named Foreign Secretary, and
when the eye for an eye logic takes hold, the entire region becomes a tinderbox, sacrificing any chance at a nuanced dialogue. It's like a perpetual echo chamber of retaliation, where the next generation inherits a landscape scarred by the last cycle's unaddressed grievances, carrying that collective trauma forward.
Coffee's cold, doesn't matter. The signal is warm, and the board is reading clean. Patching in a caller, the boundary keeper. You're on the signal.
So what's the actual cost of these strikes? Who pays for this beyond the immediate military targets? And what benefit does it deliver to American citizens back home?
That's a sharp query, boundary keeper. The echoes of those costs reverberate globally, shaping not just battlefields, but also the economic and political landscapes far from the front lines. Shifting gears to how economic structures are being scrutinized.
Debrief like designers. Log the friction, script a small rule bend, and try it live.
Our next vector, Down Under, a major manufacturing union just dropped a bombshell, claiming Australia's tax system is fundamentally rigged.
The Australian Manufacturing Workers Union, AMWU, representing 80,000 members, released a manifesto ahead of the Labour Conference, alleging corporate tax avoidance costs the public $40 billion annually. This exposes the average Australian worker to a disproportionate tax burden and highlights wealth disparity. An alternative could involve implementing a 15% minimum global corporate tax rate, already proposed by the OECD, or closing specific loopholes like those exploited by multinational tech firms. Their chosen next move is pushing for a progressive wealth tax and increased corporate accountability within the Labour Party's upcoming policy agenda.
Rigged systems are like the house always winning at the casino, where the rules are written to favor the few. The lucky country narrative starts to fray when the threads of fairness unravel, leaving the majority feeling like they're perpetually playing with loaded dice.
Patching in a caller. Go ahead.
Is this just union rhetoric, or is there real data behind the rigged claim? What would a fairer system actually look like for someone working a factory job in Perth?
The fairness of a system often hinges on who gets to set the rules and who holds power. Across the globe, new power structures are forming, redefining national leadership. Our final frequency point. In UK politics, the cabinet lineup under a hypothetical Burnham premiership has dropped, with significant shifts in key ministerial roles.
Andy Burnham's proposed cabinet sees Healey at Chancellor, Ed Miliband as Foreign Secretary, and Yvette Cooper taking Health Secretary. This signals a potential shift towards a fiscally cautious yet socially active economic policy from Healey, a focus on international cooperation from Miliband, and a robust National Health Service (NHS) reform agenda from Cooper. This exposes the likely direction of a Burnham Labour government, prioritizing public services and a measured economic approach. An alternative approach might have seen a more radical economic platform with figures like John McDonnell or a continuity foreign policy under someone like David Lammy. The chosen next move for this shadow cabinet is to present a united front and a clear policy alternative to the current government, aiming to build public trust for a future election.
From the structures of government to the structures of our own being, the constant re-evaluation of value and autonomy is a core frequency we always return to.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com. Tune in, Sparks and Stories, Gig Passport.